Greetings there, fellow pacifists. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld, the Pacifists. Episode 8, slowly becoming more like a daycare. Lazy's problem, sorry. 7-year-old calling from nearby, begging to join. Lazy's best skill is art. Sure. She's been followed by some threat unknown. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say close to the base for all humans. Mechs I'm a little bit less worried about, because like if they get destroyed, they get destroyed. I just fix them. Oh, also Tim, let's carry Kadath. So Lazy has joined, and we're gonna have a little bit of a giveaway for Lazy. I hope she's not actually lazy. She is ascetic, hypersensitive. She doesn't have any disqualifying traits, so she gets to stay. She also does plant work. So, I will allow you to be a farmer. And it seems all the more reason to prioritize childcare. Because, you know, she does believe in loyalism. So, so here's the thing. I have a peer pressure mod, which allows us to convert way more effectively. But loyalism is going to be hard because they're loyalists. So we might want a ideology room in order to convert her, or a prison, because essentially she's required to be of our ideology. So I think what I'm going to have to do is like arrest her, which I'm like not thrilled about. But there's not in order to follow the rules, like we just gotta. So, Quantum, you have a 100% chance to arrest her. And now we're going to convert her. And unfortunately, because she still might get violent, and we really don't have the ability to deal with violence, we're going to put one of these in there. I may also want to gestate some Militors out of an abundance of caution. I also don't know what's chasing her, so there's the whole, like, she was chased by something and she won't tell us what. So, that's another thing to consider. Good luck on the raffle for Lazy. Tyler Hodge. One of the issues is, an EMI field. I definitely don't want to activate that. At least not right now, because yeah, that'd be super bad. But Lazy is an ascetic, so like that prison is like almost too nice for her. Not that I'm actively going to work to fix that. And there we go. I think that's the finishing touches for the workshop. So Lazy, this raffle timer is both for Lazy and the Militors, of which I'll make 2. I like how the eclipse is like somehow like an evil thing to have happened. It's like, no, it isn't. Really, really, really isn't. Trust me. I like it. Crimson, you are idle. I guess we'll just keep expanding rooms that we had previously started to do. Oops. Don't leave that there. And we really haven't had a need of clean sweep. for a bit, so I'm just going to leave the clean sweep dormant. Oh, to be a melitor in a pacifist colony? Yeah, you'll have to do a lot of work yourself. Another thing we're going to want to do is to dig out a bedroom for lazy. Because we don't have one yet. I guess I could put it here. Maybe I'll put it there. This would be a different bedroom. But a bedroom for lazy, and that's as close to the edge of the mountain as I want to get. Because eventually lazy will convert and join us, and we'll need a bedroom for that. So Lazy's problem is that there's some sort of threat following her, but I don't know what. And I'm sort of sheltering in place, waiting for it. So I only have my robots going out because I don't want to get ganked. So Lazy is key, and the Melitor is going to be Velhar. Once the Melitor is out in 22 hours. I was sort of hoping to find steel, but nope. So I'm doubling up the size of this room, so it's like going to be really easy to hit the impressiveness thresholds for ideology room, royal, everything. And I'm just going to have an all-in-one room. I don't think that there's a problem with an all-in-one room. Actually, that might not be true. The demands for an ideology room might conflict with the demands for a royalty room. Wouldn't she benefit from a smaller room? Yeah? Or I could just, like, leave the chunks in there. Maybe I'll put her in a different room. That's a very fine point. I'll put her here. And I'm not taking that quest, because I'm not about to accept an EMI to knock out all of my power generation and defense capabilities. Like, yeah, no thanks. That's dumb. And I'm not going to clean it up in there, so it's nasty. Alright, Melitor's done. Velhar, time for you to come out. And you're just immediately going to go dormant. We're going to just need another one. No, well, once I have steel. So we're waiting on lifters to grab steel, I think. So I'm sending Kadath out to help with that. Did our other lifter just like... No, she's still moving around. IDEO ritual buildings cannot mix with throne room. Yeah, so what I'm thinking is this will be the throne room and this will be IDEO. The requirements for IDEO and recreation. I mean, the other way. Yes, this will be whatever. They'll be separate. Ooh, a work frenzy. Nice. And this is a properly awful room. I can also, like, store chunks in there or slag in there if I need to. Here we go. Another Militor. So, it looks like a classroom's going to be my next project now that the workshop's done. And then I'm going to do another raffle timer for the new Militor. So, raffle timer for Militor number 2. We still have a little bit more bandwidth, but that's considering I have the headband. Which, you know, we may not keep forever. And Nightbird is indeed close to being up in about 5 days. God, I hate when it's like, you have a pending threat, but we're not going to tell you when it hits. So just keep waiting. Hold your breath. If. I hate this. I think what I'll do, just ahead of time, is, what I might want is something like the Ideo room here, smaller, and then the royalty room and dining room bigger. I don't know if comms console might be a problem, but for now, I can keep it the way it is because the demands for a royalty room is going to be really small. So I'll just put like a small meditation throne there to start, and then slowly change things as time goes on. So we are eventually going to want an Ideo room, and let's get that started. Putting the required stuff in here. And I know that's not the classroom that you voted on. Don't worry. I'll drop the classroom right in there, so we're actively working on it. God, look at that work frenzy. Oh my god. Anything that has a quality should be done by Crimson. So pews and the throne. What was this threat? Oh, this is so annoying. All right, so close to the base, I'm going to allow them to go out to the Nutrifungus. So we can actually keep harvesting stuff, because it's just going to die in the ground if we don't. And the quality of this was normal. Wow, she really pulled out all the stops at a 16 constructor. So happy I asked her to do it. Shelter for allies. High Stellarch wants us to shelter 2 Imperials, guard them in Peace Mountain. That's the name of our colony, by the way. Collect them in 15 days. Will not do any work. Expect decent accommodations, and should we accept the quest? Up to you. They hypothetically could fight. Hypothetically. And there's the other Minotaur. Which immediately gets dormant. Actually, I'm going to have them go dormant in the combat room, closer to where I would want them to be if things went weird. And maybe one asleep right outside the prison. You know, strategy. Congrats, Silent Rider. Okay, things are getting a little dirty, so mechs are going to be assigned to go work. And we're still working on a classroom. I think overwhelmingly you guys think I should accept the quest, so instead of voting on that, what reward? Honor, Shock Lance Gold, or Goodwill? Another work frenzy. My goodness. And the certainty here is, it's pretty close to being converted. 5.5 left. So, pretty soon she'll join. And, that means we need a... school desk. We'll do 2 school desks. And then 4 blackboards. Just, I know it maxes out at 3, but it's for symmetry, so you're welcome. That'll make sure they all link properly. God, how long have you been? This is 3 days ago? At what point do we think that she just lied about a threat? Like, what's the threshold of like, yeah, nothing's coming? Because, I feel like we're getting close to the, yeah, nothing's coming threshold. And, I think wood is, like, not an unreasonable material to use for furniture, given how annoying it is to source steel without deep drilling yet. And Tim. Work drive. Ooh, a masterwork. Because I can start replacing the steel doors with wooden ones, or stone ones. And then same with the stools and everything. There you go, you got a classroom. And we'll accept with honor. So quest. The issue with this, however, is I don't yet have the bedrooms for it. So let's get the bedrooms first. And because we have a work frenzy work drive, I don't think it will take very long to get the required bedrooms. I think we'll blink and they'll be done. But we want the guests to have decent accommodations, so I can put one of them in here and one of them in there, and then work on yet another bedroom. But we'll want to get them ready. Okay, they need to be a little closer. I'll move them up. Really? Still linked only to 2? I'll tinker with it to make sure that they're, like, working correctly. I only really need it done when we release a key, though. Or when Nightbird wakes up, whichever's first. You're almost ready to be released. Not quite yet. A psychic droner guarded by manhunting sparrows. Set to males. That's the threat. So the shelter for allies, and we're going to want to clear that out. I could probably bring both of the Militors, but I don't want to cut it close, so I'm also going to want to probably bring, like, the lifters and the cleaner, like, just bring a whole bunch of the robots. And just throw the robots at it. Probably where to go. But yeah, that droner is not going to be good. Especially given that Tim has sensitivity, as does Key. Well, Key's female, so that doesn't really matter. You have not been fed. What the hell, Quantum? Stop being a bastard. And she converted. So, prisoner release. And she's free. Let's have her take the normal bed, because, like, low quality beds is actually good for her. She's an ascetic. She doesn't want a nice bed. And then, for the guests... Oh, she immediately is in a daze. Well, I mean, I tried. So here's your bedroom that's awful quality once you're not in a daze. And we're getting ready for the guests. Now that we know what the threat was, I can set everyone to avoid corpses. I'm going to set Nightbird and Key to home or to close, because I don't necessarily want them one or too far from the base, because they're children, they don't move very fast. And we are going to clear the droner site and host guests. Those are the priorities, taken over by quest acceptance. Ah. I'll just do it like this. Screw you, game. I'll just have the... There we go. Wait, what? It's only bound to... Oh, no, okay, it's bound correctly. It works. It's dumb, but it works. Well, I guess this bedroom's going to be done first. Because of where they were smoothing. So, one of the reasons to wait for the guest acceptance is so that we actually have some guards. So we did just get geothermal power. And next research will be up to you. I'm going to queue up standard mech tech, but, you know, I can always pivot if you want something else. And we're going to drop a geyser in there, and I absolutely, positively do not have the steel for that. So, steel. Where is closest steel? Is it really here? I guess? Good God. I think what I can do is I can queue up all the steel on the map, and then the pawns will just figure out what is the closest themselves. Oh, there's steel right there. Oh, that's easy. That's just in my own backyard. Perfect. And if you're wondering, the guests can't, like, go get drafted and fight. So they can help defend, which I'm accepting now. And you guys wanted honor for it? So here's Noslo and Doskel. A beautiful pyromaniac and a brawler. They are going to be assigned fine meals. And I'll make as many fine meals as I physically can. The other thing I could do is run all over the map and butcher any animals like, haul fresh animals that are dead here. Because we don't hunt. We're not allowed to hunt, but we can definitely butcher what has been killed. Because that's fine. That doesn't violate our beliefs. So you are a starjack. A beautiful starjack. Wow, look at that face. That's a face of beauty right there. Giving Helen of Troy run for the money. We've got Noslo of Gollumville. And then you are... you're definitely a brawler. I really like that mop top. You could be you're a stooge. God, I love these guys. So one of them sleeps here. And one of them sleeps here. You don't have a weapon, but let's fix that. Give you a little rapier. And then you don't have a weapon. Let's give you a machine pistol. And then the brawler, I'm even going to give the flak vest. He can keep it if he wants. These guys are going to be close to the base, because I don't want them risking their life. Cool. Standard mech tech, overwhelmingly the popular choice. Got it. I might want to research standard mech tech and then get a scyther before I go out to the droner site. Because Militors aren't likely to win, but like scythers will slice up the site, no problem. Oh, fine. I'll find it this way. The 6 sparrows, rather. Like, two Militors might lose to 6 sparrows, but like a scyther could solo all 6, probably. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. So periodically, I'm just going to have to allow all. And allow all will tag all of the dead animals that got hunted by other predators from being allowed to be hauled into our stockpile. Apparently, we're reminding that up too. I like how Miss Key... Alright, this is going to be some incredible records. Time as a colonist, 20 hours. Time in a mental state, 17 hours. Yep. She spent the majority of her time in a daze. She wants work watching and floor drying, both of which I can accommodate. So she should snap out of it once she wakes up. But yeah, it's kind of funny. It's like, welcome to the colony, and you've decided to wander in a fugue state. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is, as long as the droner doesn't get terrible, it really depends on Tim's mood, because Quantum can counsel Tim to counter some of the droner. I would ideally want to wait for the scythers. Okay, we have a mad megavole. And this calls for turrets. So I'm just putting the haulers as dormant. So that they're, like, not targets for the vole. And now we have more meat. And that doesn't violate any rules, because it was not an innocent animal. We don't believe in killing innocent animals, but as soon as it tries to murder us, doesn't matter. so we can butcher this thing up for meat, for the fine meals, for the guests. Crimson, can you put, like, RCB out of his misery? Because, like, he's been working on this altar for, like, a year. Just go dormant. It's ridiculous. Crimson has a work frenzy, work drive, so just have her finish it. Alright, standard mech tech's already researched. Awesome. Next research up to you. There's the list. And I am going to want to get the large gestator in pretty much as fast as I can, because it's going to be the means to which I make, you know, stuff that can fight decently. God knows the Militor is a pathetic little nothing. Do I trust you to actually build that? At 9? Yeah, you'd be fine. Famous last words. Yeah, look at that work speed difference there. Bzzz. It's done. Sweet. Sanctuary's already at a 114. At 120 it's max, so both my rooms are like throne room and the sanctuary are like nearly perfect. Or more or less. I mean, it depends on the rank, but still. Deep drilling. You got it, folks. Didn't leave a lot of time up for it, but I think that's reasonable, given the distance travel for steel. Alright, so in here, we are going to queue up a Scyther. Scyther is going to be a standard subcore. So, in order to make standard subcore, we need to take one of the basic subcores that we have and combine it with steel components to make a standard subcore. Again, little reminder, because, you know, for those of you that missed it, I have a mod that allows for crafting those things rather than for rip scanning those things. Oh, and I need a meditation spot. Yeah, whatever. There we go. Standard subcore. Obviously, we don't... This thing is unpowered, so let's fix that. And only none of this is an overhead mountain exposed. So as soon as we deep freeze our base, we avoid all of the infestation risks. All right, Tim, you are going to lose your mind soon. Key finally snapped out of it. So, record. I'm really curious. You spent a colonist 1.6 days, and then 1.4 of it was in a bed, and 1.5 of it was in a mental state. It's got to be a record for me. And she's learning starved, but the good news is childcare is a very high priority, so we should be attending to her. Meaning quantum. Go do the... Oh, she's self-learning? Well, that works for me. Oh. Let's... I want to get the Scyther in promptly, because Tim's going to go berserk if I don't. We need a little bit more power to the thing. That should be close enough. There we go. So, just did a Scyther. Oh, you know, the Scyther will take a while, and also I am missing the Plasdale, I just realized. So, shoot. Forming a caravan out there. Bringing Velhar and Silent Rider and RCV. Alright, bringing 5 bots. plus Tim, bringing the package survival meals that we'll pocket and the simple meals that we'll eat on the way there, and go. There's one other thing I wanted to do, which is a bedroll, and I'll just like whip up a bedroll with Crimson before he leaves and just load it in the caravan. And it's like all of my cotton just got used, or all my cloth rather. But you know, whatever. It is what it is. So, heading to the donor site, because I don't have the plasteel. Let's power these things off for now. It also means that, oh, you are still being overseen. Okay, cool. That was my other worry is, I can't tell them what to do, but apparently they're still being overseen, which is good. Alright, her needs are definitely getting met better than they were before. It's winter, which is actually, is that a bad season? Movement difficulty. No, I guess it doesn't matter that it's winter because we're near the equator. Cool. So once we get that donor site done, life will get a lot easier for our colonists. Oh, a bulk goods trader. That... Oh, the other thing I just realized is, with Tim gone, we don't have a cook for the other meals. But with this bulk goods trader, there might be, a possibility of, coordinating, buying meat for the guests. Because I don't have a means to feed them unless I get, you know, some bulk goods bought. Another thing is, let's just turn off our chem gens. I don't need them. We got geo. Got a whole lot of geo power. It's a quantum. Wow, imagine showing up and getting, like, torrentially rained on. That sucks for you guys. So Tim's about a day away, and we're going to try to make some good trades for quantum. So I have not a lot of valuable stuff in the colony, unfortunately, but we'll see what we can do. We'll sell the pemmican because, well, I guess we could use it in a pinch. The eggs are actually worth more. I'm going to sell the Silocaps Lizard Skin Light Leather because it's just too small of a quantity to amount to being useful. I'm going to sell the Tox Warfare book because we don't need it anymore. We already have a rec book, so it's unnecessary. Sell some of the tattered clothing. The spare steel bed. Yeah, there really isn't much, unfortunately. Then I'm not allowed to buy the meat. I just realized. So we could buy the meals, but they're not selling meals. Yeah, I guess just for a little silver. It's good enough. And I'll just have them stick around. I'm not going to dismiss them. Maybe I'll decide to buy something different later. Nightbird should be up within a day. So she, unfortunately for her, got hit by the max Abasia time. She didn't have a miraculous wake up early. Or at least not yet. Is this caravan going to count as a raid? I don't know, but you know, it's got to be done. So it might make him upset, but it's going to be less upset than having a droner wearing at your brain. Now you, well, you don't like the rapier, huh? You detest such a weapon. Crap. Are you, what, a loyalist? Yeah, you're a loyalist that hates Neolithic weapons. You're a brawler. So, you don't want a wood, club, knife, ikla, spear, short bow, pilla, recurve, great bow. Do I have a weapon for you then? Was knives fine? No, knives are not fine. What is a boat oar? It is a Corsair-styled what? Here, have a boat oar. Does that still bother you? Yes, it does. He's a brawler, so he doesn't want a revolver. Well, aren't you lovely? An axe, I guess? A gladius? We'll make you a gladius. Because that's not Neolithic. That's, something else. Right, you don't hate gladius. Cool. Alright, we'll make him a gladius once, Tim's been... Actually, I don't even care about the quality of the gladius, to be honest. So, turtle. I'm gonna have you do that now. Because, like, if it sucks, whatever. Hopefully he never has to fight anyway. This is mostly just for a mood, because I need to have them happy, and if they're not happy, things get crappy. Where the hell were you, man? Oh, you were mining over here. Why are you mining? Oh, this is silly. Don't mine here over here. Forget all this mining. So he's already down here. I'm gonna have him haul the steel back, but like, I think it's as the crow flies. It's not like pathing distance. So yeah. Maces would be fine too, but if I'm gonna just, I think I could do like a stone mace. Let me double check again. Loyalism. You don't want, yeah, maces are fine. So I could instead do a mace made of wood. If he's gonna have to defend our base, I won't do that to him. I'll even opt for an obsidian uranium mace because I have a lot of uranium on the map tile, so I'm not really worried about running out. Give him a decent weapon. I'll probably in that case wait until Tim's back, because Tim will be back pretty soon. And I'll just have him drop his ore and use punching. Do I have a beer bottle? No. Balkans trade. Do you have beer that I could buy? Oh, maybe you have a weapon. Oh, you are already leaving. Yeah, never mind. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld The Pacifists, which originally streamed live on Twitch as a marathon one time only. Because it was streamed one time only, feedback cannot be incorporated, so there's no need for it in the comments. But if you have any questions for me, let me know down below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. It's Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Adios.